You just go. Okay, this is the league, FF Elite, and this is a podcast.
I guess the bar is pretty low.
Yeah,
So
there is no bar.
there is no bar. Okay. There's no bar. So let's just get started. All right. This is a podcast for Fantasy Football Elite. All right. This is me and Luke is over here. Luke, say hi.
Hello, hello.
So, so there you go. We got started. Okay, cool. Cool. That's progress for the first episode. Anyway, the goal of this podcast, we're going to try to make it like 10 minutes, nothing more, nothing less. We're going to first take everything with no editing, I hope. We do no practice and no rehearsal. And what are we going to call this, Luke? Is this like season 0 or season 1 or what?
I mean, technically it's the second season of the league, so
Second
call
season of the. No, I mean the
yeah,
podcast, because this is kind of like a practice for when we do the 12 man, right?
I
The
guess.
12 man podcast is when it's really going to pick up and be serious.
All right, so we'll
Is
call
this
this
season 0
preseason.
or preseason or season 1? I don't know.
I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
maybe something
season
totally
zero.
different.
Like season 0 works.
All right,
Do
cool.
that.
So maybe
That
this is
sounds
going to be called season 0, episode 1. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, less than 24 hours for the Bills versus Rams. Who you got?
good. That's a really tough matchup. I don't know. I like Josh Allen, but I think Stafford is better right now. Well, not better, but he's more experienced.
Okay, but
So
what team? What team you got?
I'll take the Rams.
You take the Rams? Okay, good, because I take the Bills, so that's good. We're gonna
Yeah,
one of us is gonna end the week 0-1, so with our
yeah, it's gonna be you.
projections. Now we'll see about that. We'll see. Anyway, so we got a tier list. We ranked all 8 teams into a tier list, and we are going to expose you guys and roast you guys. So yeah, let's see. How we're gonna do this? We're gonna start with F.
Sure.
Okay, who you got? You start first. Who you got
We
in
can both
F?
start at the same time. All right.
Okay, yeah.
Say the team. Three,
Okay,
2, 1.
Vinny.
Easy dub.
Okay, easy. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. It's just.
Yeah, it's just that he traded away his entire team, well, the core of his team for a bunch of bench players. So
I mean, okay, but it was hard to find. I don't know about you, but for me, it was hard to put people in F because what I originally had, I had one person in S, 3 guys in A, 4 people in B, and 0 in F. And I didn't want to leave F empty, so I put the bottom 2 into F. So the 2 guys that I have in F, they're like B minus. Nobody has a really trash team, in my opinion.
yeah, I have not the same opinion. Vinny's is definitely an F tier league, specifically in comparison to every other team.
Okay, but he has Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah, Jamar Chase is in his flex.
Yeah, but he can kind of.
He's got like 6 receivers, and you can only start 3. So
I
technically,
guess.
that's
I guess so.
just
I
an F
guess you're
tier.
right. Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Devin Singletary is his RB2. That's an F tier team, man.
yeah. At the end of last year, though, Devin Singletary was doing amazing. He was getting like 20-point games.
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
I
I
mean,
I think
I
it's a pass first team, and they have
yeah.
too many players. So
So yeah, Vinny, bottom of the 8.
also
Uh,
his main tight end just picked up an injury. So
oh man,
yeah,
more injuries like last year. Anyway, who you got next? Is it someone in F tier or?
B tier.
All right, so I'll go next then because I have Framingham Frogs, Andrew, in my F tier, second to last team.
Hmm.
He picked Ezekiel Elliott with like the second pick of his draft, thinking it was Eckler. So that kind of set him back, and then he made a few more mistakes. Him and Kenneth both did a bit of auto picking too, so he didn't really end up with a great team. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Next,
So no, I had Andrew actually in my B tier. He
bottom of
was
B.
like, yeah, like not F. He's not on that Vinny level, but I think his team is a step up from Vinny, but
Yeah,
he just has a lot of holes on his team. His running backs are not great. They're 2 very sketchy running backs with Chubb and Elliott,
yeah.
and
I like
I don't
Chubb
think
though.
we're gonna. I don't think. Yeah, I like Chubb too, but I just he's got Kareem Hunt taking away the catches and Jacoby Brissett's the quarterback. So I just don't think he's going to have as big of holes as he had last year or the year before.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ezekiel at like higher than most people have him, but I was actually gonna take him. I think in the fourth round if it wasn't for that second round. Amazing value steal, but yeah, no, he messed up that pick and kind of set himself back. So,
Although he does have Elijah Mitchell on his bench, which I would actually start over Zeke.
oh,
But
a
um,
start sit decision. Okay, first
yeah.
of the podcast. Okay,
But yeah, it's like there's just I just don't like this team.
yeah. So that's Vinny and Andrew, easy dubs and Framingham Frogs. Next I got Juan with the California X. That's my bottom of the B tier. What do you got at B tier?
I also have him at B
Oh,
tier.
really? Okay, okay.
Yeah,
How about actually? Yeah,
yeah,
I was gonna say the other guy in my B tier is you, Scary
yeah.
Terry and the McPhersons. You're at the top of the B tier for me on
Hmm.
my rankings. Who you got at the
Yeah,
top of yours?
at the top is
A
well,
B.
Zhuang's like in the middle. That's it. I only have two teams in B. Is
Okay, so you have
Andrew and
Andrew and Juan. Okay,
Zhuang. Yeah,
so you're
and
into A
Zhuang.
now.
Yeah.
Who you got in A?
So my A tier is kind of there's a lot of teams here. I would say probably I mean I would put my own team at the top because it's my
Yeah,
team, but
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm an A tier, and then
Uh-huh.
I have Kenneth also. He's right up there next to me.
Okay, yeah, same. So my A tier, I have Kenneth, I have Raf, and then I have me at the top of A. It makes sense to be biased towards your own team because you
Yeah,
drafted your players for a reason because you think they're gonna do great. So I would have myself at the very top of all 8 teams if it wasn't for
yeah,
S tier. Who you got?
yeah, yeah. We all know who I got. We
Yeah,
all
we
know who
all
you
know
got.
it's
Giambi Gators.
Giambi Gators S tier, just ridiculous, impossible team to get in redraft. He scammed Vinny,
Yeah,
persuaded Vinny,
it
used
was it was
salesman
he
tactics,
strong armed him
strong
into
armed him.
giving him his firstborn.
Oh my
Um,
god.
so that's what happened.
Yeah, traded for picks, right? Traded for picks and
Yeah,
players. He got everything.
he traded CMC away for two fifth rounders, and then
Right.
he traded back for CMC
Yeah.
and received Javonte Williams in that trade back. Like,
Yeah, is
I mean,
he has
and
his
he still
ways.
kept Austin Eckler on his team somehow. So I mean,
If
and he also has Josh Allen.
yeah,
So
it's
and he's got Devo Samuel, and like,
actually
yeah,
interesting stat. So according to Andy Holloway, Mike Wright, and Jason Moore, three analysts, in their consensus rankings, Gee has in his QB room, which is just one guy, Josh Allen, QB1, running back average is running back 2, wide receiver average is 14, so that's his worst. Tight end, he has the tight end 4, and then I'm not counting flex defense or kicker. So he has
mhm,
QB1, RB2, wide receiver 14. And then we have Vinny at the bottom comparing with
mhm,
him QB4, running back 18, wide receiver 7, tight end 6. So that's a pretty significant difference ADP
yeah,
wise. Gee's players are 5.25 average and Vinny's are 8.75, so that's not even top 8.
mhm.
Um
In an 8 team league, by the
in
way.
an 8 team league, yeah. So Gee head and shoulders above everyone else, clear cut S tier. Um,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, and then we basically have the same eights here, Kenneth, Raf, and you, and
yeah,
I included myself in there too. But
yeah.
yeah, so the eights
It's the
here is kind of
natural
the same.
bias.
They're all
Yeah,
kind of just
yeah.
balanced
We
teams.
have very equal rankings. I mean, I guess not a surprise because we're both extremely good, talented analysts.
Yeah, I know I'm slightly higher than you because you can't see the genius behind Terry McLaurin, but I'll forgive you
No.
for that.
Oh
You're
yeah. We
still,
we we got a full analysis of Vinny and Andrew's team, and then we didn't talk about anyone else's team except Gee's. But if we were
yeah,
to talk about yours, I'd say Scary Terry, garbage, like horrible pick, waste of a draft pick. And yeah, he's gonna be a bust this year.
yeah, and I would say for you, Cortland Sutton, very hot name right now. don't think he's gonna live up to the hype.
We gotta roast some more people. Who else is there to roast? Where's
I
Kenneth?
mean, I don't know. I like Kenneth's team
Kenneth
is
has Cam
decent.
Akers. I don't think that's a
Yeah,
fair pick.
that's. I would rather start Montgomery on his bench, but
Okay, another start sit. Nice.
yeah, I would definitely have Montgomery over Akers.
Yeah, Zhuang has
I'd rather have
Gibson.
10.
Zhuang has Well, Gibson is he's gonna do a little better than what we thought after the shooting, but
I
still,
still
still, he's a punt
Gibson
returner,
and even
kick returner.
Fournette, I don't trust to reproduce that season he had.
Yeah, but he does have Jefferson and
And then
Hill.
his bench is just not good. He just doesn't have any
The
playmakers
I
that
like the top of his bench. The bottom is like you can
yeah,
really just
his
get rid of that.
first two players. His
First three, I like Hunter Renfro.
I don't like Cooks. I like Patterson and Renfro.
Okay, I like Cooks, Patterson, and Renfro. So
Everyone else, he's got a second quarterback on his team. Not
yeah,
I
not
strongly
ideal. Yeah,
against that, and especially in 18 leagues when there's
yeah.
plenty of
And then
quarterbacks on the board.
Raf, yeah, I like Raf's team. There's nothing that I don't like about his team. I love
Yeah,
Mixon, Keenan Allen, like that's pretty good with Justin Herbert. That's incredible. The Justin Herbert Keenan Allen stack is great.
yeah, but I don't like his receivers. I think they just
Really?
I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love him. But
And
he's
he's
on
on
his
the
bench.
bench.
But I think that Marquise Brown is just not gonna live up to like he didn't really cut it in Baltimore, and I don't think he will in Arizona.
I mean, he's with Kyler
I know
Murray
he's
now,
gonna
so.
yeah, I know he's gonna be playing as a number two option also once DeAndre comes back, and who knows, maybe that will be better for him. But
Hmm.
I don't see like Raf to me doesn't have an explosive game breaking receiver other than like St. Brown, but he's on his bench right now, so.
Yeah, we'll see as the season goes. I wanted Marquise to stack with my Kyler Murray, but didn't happen. Maybe later. We'll see.
Hmm.
Anyway, next segment, we're gonna do the Week One fantasy matchup predictions. But before that, I wanted to ask you an over/under question about CMC. 14 games started. Over/under. What do you got?
Under.
Under?
Easy under. It's easy
That
under.
was an easy under for me too. Yeah. Okay. But what if I
I would put
changed
it
it?
at 12.
I was gonna say, what if I told you 12? Then what?
I think he's gonna hit 12. So, I
12 point.
mean,
Oh, okay. So if I say 12.5, you take the under.
yeah, if you say 11 and a half, I take the over it. But 12 is, I think, where he's
Okay.
at.
So once again, we're even on that. That's a shame. We need to have more conflicting ideas. All right.
Yeah.
So week one fantasy matchup predictions. Hopefully we can have some conflicting ideas here. Um, you have this, right? You did this already, or are you gonna look at it and do it on the spot?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. What are you looking at right now?
I'm looking at my matchup.
Okay. What do you think for your matchup? McPherson's versus Goats.
I think I think I win this. Like, obviously I'm gonna say I win this.
Yeah. Obviously, we're
Here,
gonna say we win our
I'll give
matchup.
you reasons for this. If you look at his matchups, he's got Cam Akers against Buffalo. That's not a good matchup.
Hmm.
Devontae Adams against the Chargers, not a great matchup. AJ Brown against Detroit, that's good, decent matchup. Travis Kelsey against Arizona, good matchup. T Higgins against Pittsburgh, I don't like that. So that's a few players that are gonna have playing against good defenses.
So you
And
think he's
for
gonna have an
me,
overall bust?
I don't think he's gonna have a bust. I think he's gonna have a decent game. But I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think his players are gonna hit their projections.
Mm.
And I have Jalen Hurts against Detroit. I think he's just gonna run all over them.
So
Najee,
I have it not like that. I think the goats are gonna win, Sudbury Farm Goats, just
yeah.
because I think your team is garbage. I mean,
But also, Terry's playing Jacksonville, so they don't have a good
Terry
second.
has Carson Wentz.
Yeah, but he's playing against Jacksonville. They have a
You
horrible
also have
second.
Mike Williams, who we have no guarantee of how they're gonna use him.
Yeah, but
You got
against
Cole
another,
Kmet. You don't have any
again,
positional
empty
advantage there.
secondary.
He has Travis Kelsey. Like Najee Harris is trending down.
Aaron
DeAndre's
Jones is better than T. Higgins in the
Yes, yeah,
flex.
true.
And he's
But
playing against Minnesota, who, I mean, I guess
I
their
don't know.
defense was good a few
You
years
you say
ago.
you're gonna win. I say Kenneth is gonna win for this matchup. So we'll see. Once again, one of us are gonna be 0-1 after this, or should I say? I guess we'll find out. Oh, by the way, your logo sucks on ESPN on the browser, like it's stretched out.
Yeah, it's either stretched out or squished, but
Yeah. Anyway, next matchup. What are you looking at?
just the next one, Giambi, right?
Giami Gators versus Easy Dubs. That's an
Yeah,
easy one. It's the top of the tier
yeah,
list compared to the bottom of the tier list, so
yeah. This is
we don't
this
even have
is
to talk about this.
the scammer fighting the scammed, and I mean,
Yeah, it's funny
it's
because
not even close.
you know how the media is like predominantly Democrat, right? And us, me, you, and Raf, we're like a political party in this league. This league has politics in it, where there's
Yeah,
debates all the time, and we're already taking sides, and like me and you are like in
yeah.
one political party,
You have
and
a
call,
faction.
yeah, we're calling Guy the scammer and Vinny the scammed, and then in their eyes, they're like, nah, shut up, you guys are stupid. But anyway,
I
yeah.
mean, to Vinny, he's a genius. Obviously, he got Alvin Kamara for CMC, but that's yeah.
Yeah, you're high on
He
Kamara?
also he also has. I like Kamara. I love him, but
Hmm.
he's a better real life running back than fantasy.
Yeah.
Not he's still good in fantasy, but he's not as good as he is in real life.
Hmm.
And he also has Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the same team, and that's
And
just a big mistake.
yeah, and CMC is only gonna play 12 games or less, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but
Uh,
still,
Next matchup, Framingham Frogs versus Carolina Wolves. I'm taking myself,
yeah,
obviously. I think I'm the second
obviously.
best team,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I have to take you too because I just Andrew's team is not looking
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. All right. All right. And then
It's got- yeah,
the next one is Californian Axe and Clearwater Sharks. Who you got?
yeah, this one's kind of tough because
This was the
like
toughest one for me too. Yeah.
João has some great receivers, great tight end. Although George Kittle, I don't know if you saw the news today, but
No.
he didn't practice and he's questionable for continuing.
Oh. Oh
So
no.
to me, it's if Kittle plays, João can win this.
Uh-huh.
Kittle doesn't play, then this is just easy for Raf. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
sweep him.
I agree 100%. Um, but also João has Gibson, which is a big
Mhm.
question mark.
Yeah, but he's playing against Jacksonville. George is playing against Kittle's playing against the Bears. I think that's he's gonna get big numbers there.
True. So
And,
yeah, we got we got our fantasy matchup predictions. So I think there was only
mhm.
one difference, which is your matchup with Kenneth.
Yeah,
So by the end of the week, one of us will be right or wrong about that. But yeah, I think that about finishes up everything. So
yeah,
yeah, more podcast info every Wednesday. We're gonna try to do this every Wednesday. If this podcast thing survives. If yeah, hopefully it does, but if not, that's okay. It was fun. It was cool.
yeah.
Um, Fantasy news. We're gonna cover some fantasy news in our own league, which is like the main thing, like trades, waiver wire pickups, match results. We're gonna talk about NFL news too, but not that much because you guys have your own sources for that. Takes and predictions, which we did a few today. Interview some team managers. That'll be cool, and of course, a lot more roasting.
hmm Also, we can't miss this the trade that went down on Sunday between Sudbury Farm Goats Kenneth and Guillaume Gators.
Oh, oh yeah, you want to talk about that? I mean, I think that trade was
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I think it was fine. But I don't know why you trade for a guy somebody picked up off waivers. That's just
No,
me.
the waiver. The thing is, the waiver thing is irrelevant. Like, even if you take the waiver player out of the whole trade, it's still a very similar trade. The waiver thing was just a little
I
extra
don't know.
add-on that they
I
didn't really
think
care about.
Amari Cooper is about equivalent to DK Metcalf, and Melvin Gordon is a downgrade to Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I
So,
think DK is a bit higher than Amari Cooper, and
yeah,
I do think Gee wins this trade by a little, but I feel like it's not a huge deal. But yeah. So, is that it?
yeah, I think that's it.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Footballers podcast. Just kidding. That's
Did
trademark.
you?
That's copyright.
Yeah.
Um so so yeah, that's it from us. I guess we'll be posting it right now. It's 10:48 right now. We took super long to make this because we couldn't get started. Or I guess I should say I couldn't get started. But yeah,
Mhm.
it was fun. See you next week.
All right.